Hello guys, welcome back to my channel JBR Online Classes. Like, share and subscribe my channel.
So hello everyone, now in this video I'm going to start sum number 6. For the previous part, please check the description box, the link will be there. So here in sum number 6, show that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent side of a square. So here ABCD is a square and EFGH are the midpoints of each and every side respectively. Now you have to prove that here EFGH also are square. Okay. So first you have to draw first here join AC. Okay. And then join BD. Now as in the triangle ACD, that means upper one, the triangle ACD, here E and H and G. In the triangle ACD, H and G are the midpoints of DC and DA respectively. That means here you can write down GH is parallel with AC and also GH equal to half of AC. That is equation number 1. Now in the next triangle ACB, here E and F are the midpoints. That means here EF is parallel to AC and here EF is equal to half of AC. So from 1 and 2 you can write down here EF is equal to GH. From 1 and 2 you can write down EF is equal to GH. Similarly for triangle BDC, okay, you can write down here GF is also equal to half BD, and for triangle ABD, here HE is also half BD. That means from here GF equal to HE. So as here EF equal to GH and also GF equal to HE, so here EF equal to GH and GF equal to HE both are equal because here ABCD is a square. So as ABCD is a square, that means AC equal to BD. So from that one you can write down EF equal to GH equal to GF equal to HE. That means here EFGH is a square or a rhombus. Now there will be a different thing in rhombus and square, that is in square both the diagonals are equal, but in rhombus the diagonals are not equal. So as here EFGH, here the diagonals are HF and GE. Okay, so here HF is definitely equal to with DC or AB and GE is definitely equal to with BC and AD. And as here ABCD is a square, that means all sides are equal. So you can write down here HF equal to GE. As two diagonals are equal, then you can write down EFGH is a square, and it's proved. Now sum number 7. In the adjoining figure, here AD and BE are the medians. So if AD and BE are the medians, that means D and E are the midpoint of BC and AC. Clear? Now next, if DF, so here DF parallel to BE, and you have to prove that CF equal to half, 1 by 4, not half, 1 by 4 AC. So here D is the midpoint of BC and DF parallel to BE, that means here F is the midpoint of EC by the midpoint theorem. So if F is the midpoint of EC, you can write down here CF equal to half EC. Okay, and as you know that E is also the midpoint of AC, So in place of EC, you can write down half AC. Now half into half, it becomes 1 by 4 AC. So CF equal to 1 by 4 AC, and it's proved. Now sum number 8. In the adjoining figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. E and F are the midpoint of the side AB and CD. Okay, so here E and F are the midpoint. Good. The straight lines AF and BF meet at the straight lines ED and EC in the points G and H respectively. Prove that, first you have to prove that triangle HEB is congruent with triangle HCF. And second one, you have to prove that GEHF is a parallelogram. Clear? So here the first one. So here in the first one, as here ABCD is a parallelogram, then definitely FC parallel with BE. Okay, FC parallel with BE. I hope it's clear. So that means here you can write down CEB, that equal to FCE. Which one? CEB, that means that angle is equal to FCE, that means that one. It's called alternative angles. It's called alternative angles. So that imply you can write down here angle HEB is equal to angle FCH. Okay, because both are same angle. Now next one, also angle EBF is equal to angle CFB. Okay, EBF, that means here this angle, and CFB, that means this one. It's also alternative angles. So you can write down this one as another name, that is EBH equal to CFH. Clear? Suppose this one as equation 1, this one as equation 2. And as here E and F are the midpoints of AB and CD respectively, so you can write down here BE equal to half AB. Okay, and CF equal to half CD. So as here ABCD is a parallelogram, then definitely AB equal to CD. So you can write down here BE equal to CD. Okay, BE equal to sorry, not CD, it's CF. Sorry for that, it's CF. Then from triangle HEB and triangle HCF, here the first one, angle HEB is equal to angle FCH. Second one, EBH is equal to CFH. And the third one here, BE is equal to CF. Okay, so that means here triangle HEB congruent with triangle HCF. Okay, by ASA congruency rule. So it's proved. Now the next part here, E and F are the midpoints of AB and CD. That means here you can write down AE equal to CF. Clear? As AB equal to CD. Now AE is parallel CF because it's given. Okay, AE parallel CF, it's given that. So you can write down here AE equal to CF and AE parallel CF. Okay, that means here AECF is a parallelogram. Okay, AECF is a parallelogram. Now G and H points on AF and CE respectively. That means definitely you can write down here GF is parallel to EH. Okay, GF is parallel to EH. Similarly, you can write down here GFHE is a parallelogram. Clear? So now the point G and H on the line DE and BF respectively. So here you can write down GE also parallel with HF. Okay, so as here GF parallel with HE and GE parallel with HF, so from that one you can write down GEHF is a parallelogram and it's proved. Now sum number 9. In sum number 9, ABC is an isosceles triangle where AB equal to AC and DEF are the midpoint of BC, AB and AC respectively. Prove that the line segment AD is perpendicular to EF and is bisected by it. So as here ABC is an isosceles, so AB equal to AC. Okay, it's clear. So here from triangle ABD and triangle ACD. First one here, angle ABD equal to angle ACD because this is an isosceles triangle. Now next one here, BD is equal to DC as D is the midpoint. Okay, and third one here, AB equal to AC. Okay, so you can write down as triangle ABD congruent with triangle ACD by SAS. So as these two triangles are congruent, then definitely here angle ADB is equal to angle ADC. That means this one is equal to this one. So if these two angles are equal, then you can write down this one as 90 degree. Okay, you can write down this one as 90 degree because here BC is a straight line. So that means here AD perpendicular on BC. Okay, AD perpendicular on BC. And as here E and F are the midpoint, that means you know that EF here parallel to BC. So if EF parallel to BC, that means AD also perpendicular to EF and it's proved. Okay, AD also perpendicular to EF and it's proved. Now the second one you have to show that here AD bisect EF. Okay, here AD bisect EF. Now for the next part, here first you have to join this one. So if you join this one DE and if you join here DF, so here you can see that here D and E, okay, D and E is the midpoint. That means you can write down here DE is parallel to AF or AC. You can write down, and as here D and F are the midpoint, so you can also write down here DF is parallel to AE. That means AB. So as the opposite sides are parallel, so you can write down here EDFA is a parallelogram. Okay, EDFA is a parallelogram, and as you know the diagonals of a parallelogram, that means EF and AD are bisect each other. Okay, EF and AD are bisect each other, so it's proved.